Now, we are in the age where women do not necessarily need men to survive. We have developed a new breed of women called alpha females. And we all know about alpha males. You know, they are kind of toxic right now, but still, there are alpha males. When we're talking about real, true alpha males, we know who they are. It's a man who respects themselves, a man who has his life in order, a man who knows what he wants, and he goes forth and he does what he needs to do in order to get there. And so this new crop of females and women, let me not call them females, let me call them women, who are alpha females, is a new breed that is coming up because women now have steady jobs. People have you know, plans and careers. Women have the ability to take care of themselves. They have assets in their names. They have built themselves properly. And so we are getting to a point where alpha females are becoming very, very popular in this day and age and in all cultures. And I would like to know, have you encountered a female, an alpha female, like a proper you know, like a proper alpha female? Or who do you deem a proper alpha female in our industry?
In our industry?
Oh, well, let me not limit it to our industry. Let me say in the world. Who do you deem as a proper alpha female?
Beyonce?
Girl?
Mother.
Girl?
Mother, Beyonce.
Oops.
Obviously.
Second, I mean, first only to none other than Rihanna as well.
Beyonce.
Rihanna just said, watch this. Created a beauty line that is now being stocked everywhere in the world. Out here, got her 2 babies. Got her man. Like she, pa, 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 pa. Why is Beyonce an alpha female for you?
I feel like she could do no wrong. She's just one of those people who've established themselves in an industry. If you think about music, what's the first thing that pops in your head? It's Beyonce. If you think about anything that she has set out to do, entertainment, it's Beyonce. If you say, what are the top most best concerts you've experienced, somebody will say, Renaissance. I went. Beyonce. She went there. She performed. No disappointment. No nothing. As in, she gives her all. Her dedication, passion. It's just something you look at and you're like, yes, she's unstoppable. You even saw on the documentary where she was asking, I think, was it The Screen? Where she was asking for something specific. And the men who were with her in the room were like, actually, I don't think we can do that. It's not possible. No one has ever done it. And then she was like, actually, I just Googled it and it's possible. As in, she knows what she wants. She gets what she wants. She doesn't let anything get in her way. That's the kind of energy we're looking for.
Absolutely. And sometimes it can be deemed as stubborn, like they're stubborn. No, we have told you we can't do it, and therefore why are you forcing issues? Stubbornness is usually a huge, what's the word?
Indicator.
Not indicator, but it's a huge mistake people make when they see alphas, because an alpha does not budge. This is how it's going to be done. This is how we're doing it, and that's how we are going to do it. This is what I want. Let's execute. And that's one of the signs of being an alpha female. Another one is that they are self-sufficient, because honestly, if you take Jay-Z out of the conversation, if you take A$AP Rocky, it's A$AP Rocky, out of the conversation, do you think Rihanna and Beyonce would still survive?
Yes,
Yes,
obviously.
100%. Female alphas or alpha females are women who really don't need anyone to survive. Like, I can do it on my own. I don't need your company. I don't need your money. I don't need anything from you, but I will still be with you. So that is a huge indicator, because honestly, they don't need you, but they still respect you enough and they are in a relationship with you. So it's nothing that you can do that will make a difference for them. Just love them, give them companionship, and be there for them. What's another sign of an alpha female?
I think being able to set a goal and achieve it, because it takes a lot of discipline, it takes a lot of commitment, and it takes you stepping away from being a delulu. Okay, delulus are not for alpha females. You're in your princess era, you're in your hot girl summer era, but you are not an alpha female. An alpha female will set a goal, whether it's in their career, in their education, in their family, the time they're spending with each other. These goals are set and they're very realistic. Okay, maybe I want to have, you know, gotten to a specific level in my career in maybe in 2 years time, and they set that goal and they work towards it consistently, hardworking, discipline. Discipline unakwanga the main indicator of whether you are or are not an alpha female.
Absolutely, setting smart goals. What are they? They're sizable, measurable, achievable. I'll look for the acronym, SMART goals. Another one that you can really fully bank on when it comes to an alpha female is their dependability. And I'm not just talking about dependability in the form of finances. I'm speaking about dependability in the form of, we said that this is what we want, that is what we're going to do. If we said that we are going to be committed in this relationship and we will not be cheating on each other, they will definitely stick to the relationship. They will be loyal. They will actually make sure that they stay within the confines of your agreements when it comes to your relationship. If it is something to do with a project, mnafaa kununua kashamba mahali, and we said we're going to buy this kashamba in 2024 March, and the plans are there, you've financially budgeted and everything, they will have their half. Where's yours? You know, dependable in every single way. Morals, their values, they stick and stand by their values and their morals, and they will not break them for anyone else. Like if she says that she is not going to do it, she will not do it. Even if you try and coerce her, if she's thought about it, she's like, you know what? This doesn't benefit me or suit me, they will not do it. Absolutely, completely. I think when I start to think about locally, people who've seen, as we're talking about them, just think about who you know personally or you've seen online and you're like, that's an alpha female. Let us know on 0770-729-366. What else is there about an alpha female?
I think being able to adapt to whatever situation is thrown at you. When life comes with its curveballs, it's the same when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. They will make that lemonade quickly. They will sauce the ice. They will do everything to make sure that at the end of the day, they're good. They're always rolling with the punches, because life cannot always just be hui. It's just
a straight line.
This highway you're just going on, and there are no curveballs, but they're able to adapt. Why? Because when you're consistent in what you're doing, when you're disciplined at what you're doing, you're able to adapt so easily. But if you're never working towards something, and then life comes and throws you a curveball, here you are stranded, because even if it was the career you're in, you've never been consistent enough to adapt. You've never been consistent enough to know, okay, if option A does not work, I can pursue option B. You've not been consistent enough to realize, maybe this can be done a different way. Maybe I can adapt. Maybe I can downsize. Maybe I can go up. Maybe I can do things differently. Why? You were never disciplined or consistent enough in whatever you did. So I feel like at the end of the day, it just comes down to discipline.
Absolutely.
If you're disciplined and consistent at what you're doing, there's nothing that you can't do.
Yeah, discipline, consistency, and most importantly, putting yourself first. Because a lot of people will let themselves be the stepping stone, the step for everyone, the doorstep for everyone. They come, they dust their shoes, they leave. But you have to stand on your ground and say, no, this is where I draw the line, these are my boundaries, and this is how far I will go. And this is how far I will not go. However, as we said, as you can, unasikia, it sounds like a very difficult person to deal with, because someone who is contrite, someone who is moral, someone who is steadfast in what they do and what they say, someone who will be loyal, someone who will be a person of their word, is a difficult person to deal with, because we are very indisciplined ourselves as human beings. We tend to like procrastinate. You will be like, fine, we didn't do it this month, let's do it next month. We tend to be very wishy-washy as human beings. So when you start to deal with someone like this, what can you do? How can you deal with an alpha female in a relationship or otherwise? Here are a few tips. Number one, just understand this person. What are their morals? Where do they draw their lines in terms of boundaries? What are the weaknesses that they experience, and how can you cover them, or how can you help them go through them? What are their strengths, and how can you empower them more, or how can you feed into that energy and be who they are? What do you need to do in form of reactions? Because a lot of people who are steadfast and a lot of people who are keen on who they are. Any alpha does not budge. So how do you deal with their reactions? Yeah. If you did something, or if they did something and they're reacting in a way, what are these reactions that they normally have, and how do you deal with them? How do you, work around them, or how do you work through them? These are important things to know when it comes to dealing with an alpha male or female.
Another thing is be loyal, because who doesn't want to be with somebody who is loyal?
There we go.
And at the end of the day, if I am giving it my all, if I am disciplined at work, I have my career going on, life is good, I am good. With or without you, I am good. If you're coming into my life, you better come into my life to create an environment where I can be soft, where I am taken care of, where you reciprocate any acts of love that I may give, where I feel safe in your presence. But if you're coming to stress me, and then you say, oh, women do not submit, somebody will only submit if you are offering them a safe space to submit. It's as simple as that.
Absolutely.
So be loyal. That's it.
Honesty, honesty, honesty. People who are clear about who they are, people who are clear about what they want, they tell you their mistakes, their weaknesses, their downfalls or their vulnerabilities right off the gate. Look, I am horrible at texting. Please, if you want me to text you, let me know in advance. Let me know that you want me to let me know you're expecting my text. Hey, I am sorry, I am very, very harsh when it comes to responding to things. So if you have something that you want to tell me early. Give me enough, ample time to process this information and come back to you with an answer. If you are not honest with a person who does not play mind games, you over here trying to play shege shege, they will catch you eventually. And trust me, when someone catches you playing mind games with them or being funny or shady, and they've told you that I do not tolerate this, and you're doing exactly what they said, guess what? They don't have time to deal with you. Anatoka kiendaga. So what do? Be honest and try as you can, even if a mistake has been made, even if things have come to a position of I don't know, of confluence that is not comfortable for either persons. Try and have these conversations ahead of time. Try and be clear and honest about what happened. What is the issue? I lied to you about the shamba we bought. Actually, I didn't have enough money, therefore I didn't buy it. Tell me in advance. Tell this person in advance, and trust me, you will avoid so many issues down the road.
And also just to be very respectful. And I feel like this just goes, be respectful to everyone around you. Whether they want, just do not look down on somebody, because if you're coming into my life and you're coming with this air of I am better than you, I can do better than you, and even as you're doing all of this, be respectful of their boundaries. If they've said this is something I do not like, then it's something they do not like. Don't make it your life's mission to bend them. I've seen people who come into somebody's life, you saw this girl on Instagram, she wears her mini skirt every day, and then you come into her life and start telling her, no, I don't like people who wear mini skirt. Then go date somebody who is wearing Legio Maria length dresses. What's this trying to, trying to make somebody something they're not, trying to push their boundaries and see how far you can go. And some people are actually attracted to, let me see how I can break her down. Let me see how I can mold her to fit. Go and look for your molds.